Sports Network. Carson-Newman victorious over Catawba, 42-7. I'm Adam Cavalier, now joined by the head coach of Carson-Newman's Eagles, Ken Sparks. Coach Sparks, congratulations on the victory. You're back above 500 overall at 3-2, even at 500 in sack play. What was the key in a dominating victory across Catawba, across the board?
Well, it was very gratifying to see us block and tackle like we did today. I think we played with a whole lot more purpose. I think we played with a whole lot more energy. I thought our guys were in an attack mode, which is the first time all year that we've been in attack mode the whole ball game. And very, very proud of the defense, the way they came out and established really the whole tempo of the ball game right off the bat. And then offense, I think the first three times we got the ball, we got it inside the 50. And so, you know, a short field sure makes a better offense. And the run attack was very strong. And then after we got the lead, we didn't feel the need to throw it much. But Brandon executed great today. I thought offensive line really won the line of scrimmage with this bunch. Now, Catawba's a good football team.
Oh, yeah.
And they're very strong, and I think and they got a kickoff guy we need to kidnap to take back to the creek. L.J. McCray can go, can he? He expected to make things happen, and he did. And I don't know, they were off rhythm a little bit today, and I think some of it was because we played at a pretty good tempo, and so. Great win, more like Carson-Newman football that we know, and more like a team that maybe has turned the corner a little bit. I hope so. We'll know more this week, but sure like the way they responded. And I found a key. I have finally found a key. You know, last week I lost us a game. This week I found the key to winning the ball game. I told them at halftime, if we didn't come out in the second half, the first 5 minutes and played right, there was not going to be any eating all the way back to Jefferson City. And so man, you start threatening our meals. We got away with doing it. No way. I joked with them, and you know, I asked them last week if they wouldn't, you know, have my back and come back and play in a way that showed that we had some purpose about us, and I thought they did an unbelievable job answering that challenge today.
Well, especially defensively, you hold Catawba to just 24 yards on the ground. This is a team that averages more than 100 a game. You hold them to 111 yards through the air.
That was even bigger.
Yeah,
I thought.
And they're a team that's coming off of the 300-yard game against UNC Pembroke. What on earth do you do to dominate a team's offense? They had 5 3-and-outs in this game. How do you do that?
Well, I think we were putting some pressure on him finally, and there wasn't many times he threw the ball there wasn't somebody close to him, and that makes all the difference in the world. I think our coverage was a whole lot better. I just think it was an overall better defensive performance, and probably they might have had a little bit of a down game. I'm not sure. I know Coach Hester was very disappointed at the end of the ball game, and Chip Hester is a great football coach, and when he's disappointed, I know he's probably about like I felt last week. But we beat a good football team, and hopefully we can build on it and continue to get better.
How much did faith come into play? Last week was very tough emotionally for Carson-Newman. I know not just for you as a coach, but also for the players as well. How important is faith coming back from a game like this to do what you did against Catawba?
Well, I think we showed that we had some faith, and it was more than talk. And I thought we had a group of kids that believed they could do it, and like I say, they got on the attack mode and did a tremendous job getting it done.
Adam Cavalier alongside Carson-Newman head football coach Ken Sparks recapping a 42-7 victory over Catawba. Offensively, you pummel the football at Catawba. They're the top rush defense in the SAC, number 6 in the nation, number 8 in scoring nationally, tops in the SAC. And yet you put up 5 rushing touchdowns. They've given up 4 coming into this game. You put up 350-plus yards on the ground against them. They'd given up 70 a game coming in. What was the key offensively to cracking the code to Catawba's defense?
Well, first of all, has to give Coach Turner and the offensive staff a tremendous amount of credit, just like you got to give Coach Clowney and the defensive staff a tremendous amount of credit for the game plan, for what they came up with to attack Catawba with. But it always comes back to the kids. You know, coaches can come up with all kinds of plans, but they've got to be executed, and they've got to be executed by those kids that are playing on the field. And that's what I've been saying a long time. Nobody hears me. But all the credit needs to go to the kids, not to the coaches necessarily, or not to anything else. It's the kids and the threat of losing a buffet. That's it. That's the secret. That's absolutely the secret.
Let's touch on one thing real quick before we let you go. Your fourth leading tackler today, if you had to guess who it was, who would you think? I'll put you on the spot here. I know you haven't looked at the stat sheet yet, but if you had to guess.
Fourth leading tackler?
Mm-hmm.
It must be somebody on kicking units.
Andy Hibbett.
Is that a fact?
With 3 tackles, makes the stop. What's that mean that a kid's willing to commit
Well,
that far into the game and do some damage on kickoff returns?
Andy is just a special kid. You know, he's got a heart of a giant, and you know, you don't have to worry about Andy Hibbett. He tweaked his ankle again, and so I'm concerned about that, and I hope that we can get him acting like the horse that he is between now and next week. You can't have a thoroughbred with a bad ankle, and so we've got to get that straightened out. But Andy, so proud of Andy, always have been.
Coach Sparks, always a pleasure. Congrats on the victory.
Thanks, appreciate that.
Carson-Newman head coach Ken Sparks. We're back with more